Sublime, self-titled. Let's talk about it.
It's hard to keep my soul on the ground.
Some of my own personal reactions to this record and how it's affected my life. Bradley Nowell. So first of all, Bradley Nowell passing away. This, if you don't know, there's a whole documentary on this. I'm not going to go into too much of the story of this album. There was no tour for this album. The band broke up because the lead singer and creative force behind a lot of these songs unfortunately passed away at 28 years old. This album in 2024 is going to be 28 years old. So the music lives on, That's one of those things with the artists. It's pretty cool, the gatefold here. I believe this is a 2016 release, Geffen Records. With people after their pass. I remember when Bleach turned 28, 27. That's right. Because Kurt was part of the 27 club. Bradley and Nowell missed it by a year. These artists die as early as they do, but it's like the way things are, I suppose. It doesn't have to be. People could get their shit together. I would hope so. I've had to work on myself a little bit from not reaching some of the same conclusions. But I couldn't imagine being 27, 28 years old and got a cat. And having all that money and fame, I'm not sure how I would have handled it. Probably why I can handle this cat right now. Oh, I'll put you down, all right. We went to LA back in mid to late 90s. Our son was just a kid. We went to Disneyland for the first time, a baby. So 96, it would have been later than that. But this album was, a lot of these songs were pretty popular. A lot of radio play back when we were visiting LA at the time. And I remember just hearing that music and getting into this album at that time, way back then, just because it's very California-like. The Sublime record here. Came with the artwork on the disc. This side, that side. It's the original sleeve artwork. Back in 96 when this was released, it was not released on vinyl. It was released on CD and cassette tape, and there was no vinyl release until somewhere around 2008. But it was a sharp, horrible blow to the band to lose Bradley Nowell at the time they did. And, the band just, that was it. That's what they thought at the time. And they did get together and do some shows, and there was another lead singer, and they toured for a little while. Back in the 2010s, late 2000s. Maybe that's part of why that album was released. But they were talking about at the time, it was like, the time that Bradley Nowell passed away. It's like, when are you going to get a new lead singer? Because you guys will sell out stadiums with this record. The record hadn't even been released yet. Where's that? It's a pretty cool picture. It's like, the chaos and the life of it all. I don't know.
I'm gonna make it hard to live. Salty tears running down to a chin.
Oh, and by the way, this video is brought to you by Auto Plus, which is a company that went out of business. And then I some friends and coworkers of mine got their stuff and merch just as they went out of business. So there you go. We'll share some Auto Plus. Doesn't exist anymore, but there's to you. This is not 40 ounces to freedom. 16 ounces of light beer. There's the
salty tears running down to her chin, and it ruins up her makeup and never worn.
It was Bradley Nowell, Eric Wilson, Bud Gah, and Noel's dog, his Lou Dog. Lou Dog rode around in the van with them, and he was a Dalmatian. He was part of the band too, so that was another big part of this. But my, you know, there's some of the artwork on the back there. My reaction to the album is, you know, it's like a bittersweet thing. The amazing creativity of a guy like Bradley Nowell coming out. But the words and the energy and all of that stuff that came from the music continues to living on past the number of years that Bradley Nowell lived. I'm 56. I'll be 56 in June, actually. Bradley Nowell lived to be 28 years old. My son is 28 years old. Right now, he will be turning 29 in May. But Bradley Nowell would have been 56 years. He's born in 1968. Same year I was born. So yeah, 1996, I was 28. I've been 27 when my son was born. So, interesting kind of, you know, the planets aligning and the cosmos coming together, and, you know, the tears and the bittersweet beauty of a piece of music like this, punk ska music. And, you know, some of how Bradley grew up, or how the writers of this music grew up, and how that reflects and plays on the music. You know, a lot of us grow up like that. A lot of us have grown up in situations that weren't great, and you try and make the best of it.
Got to find a reason why my money's all gone.
And that's part of the anthem of this music as well.
I got a Dalmatian, I could stick it high.
I really love this album, and I'm glad I found it on vinyl. It sounds great on the turntable, by the way. I was a little, it's like $35, you know, whatever it was at the record store down there at Silver Platters when I saw this on the shelf. But I was glad I bought it, and it does sound really good. I was amazed at the sound of it, even though it's probably recorded digitally or whatever. I don't know. I can't really tell the difference between this and, you know, something recorded in the 80s. Something recorded on analog. I don't know if they recorded it on analog at the time. 1996, what was it? Skunk Records at the time, right? Maybe they just had analog junk, as they would probably think of it in 96 at the time. But you spend some time with this album, you watch this video to this point, hopefully your takeaway is, you know, life is hard. And some of us, we get into vices and we get into things that help us cope, give us a little shelter, as the Rolling Stones might say. But, you know, just do me a favor, do your best to keep your shit together for the people you love, people that love you, all right? And as I say this, love is what I got. Love is what I got for you. I'm not trying to preach at you. Oh yeah, let's put these on backwards. They're kind of the same backwards as they are not backwards, all right? But yeah, that's, love is what I got. Love is what you got. It's energy. We all carry it with us. Don't, you know, friend and I were talking about this recently. It's, you know, don't let a long-term solution to a short-term problem hinder that that energy, that love that's what you got. But it sounds good. I recommend it on the black wax. And that's all I got. Thanks for watching. I was just kind of reflecting on that. All these different numbers. Bradley Nowell will be this piece of work, you know, will have lived as long as he's been not with us anymore. So later. Thanks for watching. Bye.